kicking corrupt leaders, actors, and organizations out of our communities. Dishonest or fraudulent conduct by those in power, corruption. The abuse of entrusted power for private gain, corruption. Decay, putrefaction, corruption. The process by which something, typically a word or expression, is changed from its original use or meaning to one that is regarded as erroneous or debased, corruption. Refers to the act of taking advantage of someone else for personal or financial gain, often without their counsel or without providing fair compensation. In many cases, exploitation involves the abuse of power or authority over individuals or groups who may lack the resources or ability to resist or protect themselves from unfair practices. Exploitation can take many forms, such as labor exploitation, sexual exploitation, financial exploitation, and emotional exploitation. It is generally considered unethical and harmful to the individuals being exploited. Look for transparency. Leaders who are committed to ethics and transparency will be open about their decision-making processes and finances. If you notice that a leader is withholding information or making decisions in secret, it could be a red flag. Listen to the experiences of others. If community members are speaking out and expressing concern about a certain leader or organization, take those concerns seriously. Marginalized communities especially can often be hesitant to speak up. So if someone is taking the risk to do so, it is worth paying attention to. Demand accountability. Leaders should be held accountable for their actions and should have a fair and transparent system for how the community can hold them responsible if needed. If a leader is resistant to accountability or is diverting blame to others, it could be a warning sign.
Now then, you Pharisees clean the outside of the cup and dish, but inside you're full of greed and wickedness. You foolish people, did not the one who made the outside make the inside also? But now, as for what is inside you, be generous to the poor, and everything will be clean for you. Woe to you Pharisees, because you give God 1/10 of your mint, rue, and all other kinds of garden herbs, but you neglect justice and the love of God. You should have practiced the latter without leaving the former undone. Woe to you Pharisees, because you love the most important seats in the synagogues and respectful greetings in the marketplaces. Woe to you, because you are like unmarked graves, which people walk over without knowing it. One of the experts in the law answered him, Teacher, when you say these things, you insult us also. Jesus replied, And you, experts in the law, woe to you, because you load people down with burdens they can hardly carry, and you yourselves will not lift one finger to help them. Woe to you, because you build tombs for the prophets, and it was your ancestors who killed them. So you testify that you approve of what your ancestors did. They killed the prophets, and you build their tombs. Because of this, God in his wisdom said, I will send them prophets and apostles, some of whom they will kill, and others they will persecute. Therefore this generation will be held responsible for the blood of all the prophets that has been shed since the beginning of the world, from the blood of Abel to the blood of Zechariah, who was killed between the altar and the sanctuary. Yes, I tell you, this generation will be held responsible for it all. Woe to you, experts in the law, because you have taken away the key to knowledge. You yourselves have not entered, and you have hindered those who were entering.